Good morning, everybody. I'm Carol with Free Spirit Arts. This is the Gnome Journal for problem solving. I started without you, and then I got to thinking, maybe this might be useful to somebody. I don't know. If not, scroll past it. But here's the issue. I'm having issues. This signature, I had an elastic band so it was removable, and I had it right here. Thought it was going to do fine. After I slept on it, I came back upstairs and said, no, I don't think so. I need to tie it in. It needs to be affixed because it needs to be over here. If it's over here, that's further for this to round. So it needs to be over here a little bit more, okay? So it can't wiggle. So my idea about having it removable and just using the elastic band, that's not going to work. So I think I am going to do a button of sorts, some kind of a latch, something flat right here. So I have punched extra holes here. And now I'm really having a beast of a time getting these eyelets in. I've tried twice and we're going to do it again. That's when I said, well, maybe this would be something somebody else might want to see. So this is an opportunity for me to incorporate the orange that this gal likes. And this will go great with her colors. And like I've said before, it's not necessarily something I would have picked, but it's fun messing with other color combinations. Just FYI, I did go through the instructions for this Crop-A-Dile, and it says for this particular eyelet, the combination is 1A. That's a lie. I ruined 4 eyelets trying to use 1A. Finally took it down to my husband and he said, well, that's not going to work. And he put it on what I don't even know what it's on right now. But I'll show you when I get this in here. And that worked fine. So it's on, oh my gosh, looks like C for the top and 3 for the 3/16 eyelet, and it smashed them flat. This one I didn't get it quite in the in the fabric. And then what I'm thinking is I'm going to, I could have grabbed my, look harder for my black elastic, but I think this will be fine. Cool thing about it is the way this latch is going to go, if it isn't fine, I can change it. I want it tight. I want it really tight, so I'm going to make it pretty small. That's pretty tight. I don't know if that'll even go. I better make it a little bit bigger. It's pretty stingy. Because it's got to go from here to here and then up and around, so yeah. So this should be a quick, oh, my fingers aren't awake. This should be a quick video. Yesterday was a marathon session. I got a lot done on this journal. I feel like I'm rounding the corner to this journal being a done deal. Let's see if it'll work. I have more I'm thinking I have more elastic if I don't like this plan. I don't know if that's going to be big enough or not. Let's see. I always get turned around. Carol, what were you thinking? That's not going to stretch. Let's do it this way. Then I'll be sure it'll stretch. So it's got to go around this and that, and all the way up here. I'm going to tie this, and I'm going to save it. The more options I have, the better. And if I don't want to keep cutting elastic and then, yeah, okay. All right, so that's going to happen. Now let's get the signature in. I've already poked holes. And I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is that stuff that I don't trust. 1, 2, 3, and 4 this time. So I've got a little extra. This journal's kind of getting in my brain. I think about it all the time. These are the best scissors. They're actually my bandage scissors from when I was a student nurse in the 70s. That's how old I am. But man, they'll just cut anything. Metal. Anything. I really, really, really wanted to add more stuff. I wanted to add a folding pocket, or envelope in the crease. I wanted to add a coffee filter. I wanted to add some more ledger paper, but there's just too much bulk. So I need to do the bulk on the outside and not in the signatures. So. Because we still have a cover to do. Somehow I've got to incorporate that picture of the Sonora Desert, the Sonora cactus, and the full moon. I'm hoping with these orange eyelets that that's going to introduce the color orange outside, on the outside of the journal. Thought about doing orange eyelets all the way, and I've changed my mind. I may cover all this up. I may cover all the eyelets. I may cover part of the eyelets. I mean, I've said it before. I don't see how people can pre-plan to the nth degree something that is so fluid. I can't do it. I have to kind of I have to have the freedom to change my mind as the project calls for it. I've already pre-punched holes and stuff, so that's why this is. It's just a matter of poking the needle through the pilot hole that I made. Do I have that on right? Okay. Looks like I do. But let's finish going through the rest of it, why don't we? Wow, that hole is off. And just pull your string to the side so that you don't go through the binding twine, whatever you're using. And go back through your middle hole. I've seen people do this type of binding differently. I think it's just a matter of what you feel comfortable with. Shout out to Susie Q Makes. Watching your channel, girl. It looks great. That 52 tag challenge is, where'd you go? What I've been watching on people's channels. Martha did hers today, or yesterday, I guess it was. I didn't see it until this morning. And then I am going to film the Journal to Inspire prompt for this weekend. I misspoke yesterday. This weekend's not Super Bowl, or Super Bowl Sunday is not Valentine's Day, I don't think. I'm rushing myself. Oh no! Gosh, I don't know about this. It feels strong, and then it's not. If I thought I just pulled too hard, you know, it wouldn't be a big deal. I can really make it part of the design process and just knot it up and do stuff like that, but I'm afraid of the integrity of it all. I may get this bound and then over bind it. Is that a word? I actually tried, I got frustrated with it last night, and so I tried to contact the seller, and there's no contact information on my Amazon. I can't reach out to him. And I was going to post the link to, so you guys didn't buy it. I mean, it's really poor craftsmanship, at least. but they're not selling it, so I wonder if that's because they've had so many complaints. So I want to do something with this. I'm not sure what. I'm thinking that I will probably go ahead and just bind this like a temporary thing and then re-sew it on top of it. It'll add to the rusticness of it, so it's actually could be part of the design. But I have to address this issue. And I have found wrapping that 3 times is the key to being able to tie a hard knot that doesn't slip and loosen when you try to tie it. I'm not going to tie it. Normally I'd tie that in a double bow. But if I decide to take the whole thing out, I don't want to have to deal with a double bow. Okay, so there's our signature. Here's our elastic band. I think this is going to be cool. Then I can tie it like this. I'll put a big homemade, not a real button, a paper button that goes right here, and that'll hold that down, and then this will wrap across. Brilliant! Okay, it's not brilliant, but it's functional. It's gonna work great. This is the yarn. Let me see. Oh, look, okay. Craft Making Shop. And so it's at www.craftmakingshop.com. I am going to contact them because they need to know. I've been in business all of my adult life, and if somebody has a problem with something I'm doing or selling or something, I want to know. So I'm sure these guys want to know. I'm pretty darn frustrated. Okay. Yay! That's awesome. Okay, so now I can go ahead and add the button, right? What to make a button out of? I want it hard. I want metal through the center because it's going to get a lot of tear. That was my husband's suggestion. I do have these big eyelets, but I don't know how to use them. Tried to use one. Yeah, I guess I did use one yesterday. It turned out okay. Let's use black. These little things this is what's going to help this journal come together. So I want to make sure and do it right. I have this handmade paper. I picked it up when I bought a bunch of stuff from somebody that was going out of the crafting hobby, and this was in it. And I noticed it had black. It's a frame, actually. Do I want to use that? Maybe I'll use these instead. Oh, these are gorgeous. It looks like weeds. Wow, that is beautiful. Where is this? Handmade plant paper is crafted by women in communities and villages in the African Republic of Zimbabwe. Using donated simple paper making equipment, the women are taught by master paper makers to craft paper using indigenous and replenishable plants that grow wild and plentiful near their homes in the rural and urban areas. They include such plants as river reed, elephant grass, wild fig, cotton, and some hemp from Provo Craft. This is old. I have no idea when I bought it, many, many years ago, but that's cool. Now, let's get this staple out because that hurts. We need a piece of good cardboard or something. Not sure that's going to cut it. How about that? I hate to use that. I really do hate to use that. Let me see what else I've got. I've got something here, I'm sure. This is something I got from the light company. Do I dare? Do I dare try to use this? I tried to use my tab punch yesterday, and it's a no-go. And Martha said, is there a lock? And I'm like, well, that's a brilliant idea. It's not locked. Somebody else told me with this punch you have to have, you know, it's meant for thick stuff, so. It almost worked. Almost. I don't know, I think for 12 bucks it probably ought to always work. I have issues. I'm getting the urge to spin. I'm a hand spinner, and I'm getting the urge to play with fiber. I think I've told this story before. Maybe not. We had a family farm. I don't know. How long ago? 13 years ago or so. And neither my husband nor I were raised on farms or farmed as an adult. So it was like a hobby farm. And wow. I had all kinds of, I started raising rare breed sheep and some goats, and we had everything. Turkeys, chickens, rabbits for fiber, cows, horses, all the likely suspects. So we sheared the sheep, and I spun the wool and dyed the wool and cleaned the wool and all of that. Love that stuff. Love it. I loved raising the babies and learning about them and all of that. And when we decided that we didn't want to farm anymore, and we didn't necessarily want all the animals to try to take care of and everything, I still wanted the wool. So my husband graciously, when we moved, he packed up all the wool in whatever stage it was and protected it in big metal barrels and moved it with us. Some of it I'd already had cleaned, and some of it was professionally cleaned at the mill, and some was stuff that I had cleaned and carded and things. And some of it was what they call in the grace, which is just right off the animal. And I've stored it all these years. Well, when we moved to this house, we had to move all that wool. He's such a good sport. So the other day we were downstairs looking through boxes. I was looking through something, and there's so much wool. I have a lot of wool. If there's ever, when the apocalypse comes and you want to knit a sweater, I got you. Now, do I want that? Like, do I want to put, this is so organic, and I just love it. Anyway, so that gave me the urge. I wanna get my fiber out and play. I've got some camel and yak and silk. And I'd kind of like to play with spinning some sweetgrass. Oh, my thing fell. Hold on. I may actually cut that off so that it's right on the edge of the page, because there's no real reason for it. It doesn't need to be round all the way around. It just needs to catch that elastic. My thinking is I'll punch this hole right here. I haven't decided about that or not. Maybe under. Or maybe just a little on top, maybe. We'll see. Let me see what I got going on here. Pretty impressed that that thing actually punched. Maybe all this time I haven't asked enough of it. I wonder if I need to put this, I think I need to put more on this. I really want it to work. I want it to be sturdy. Oh, spoke too soon. Oh. Oh. So frustrating. Ruined a perfectly good collage paper. What a mess. Do I try to salvage it? Do I make another one? Let's try it. What the heck? I don't know. The only way to do it is to push through the center here and push that blade back. And then you'll tear your paper. Does anybody else make a 2-hole punch or 2-inch punch? I would definitely like to send this thing back. Grr. Grr. That's garbage. I'm sorry. That's not fun. Got to be somebody else that makes a 2-inch punch. I've seen them. I'm gonna look. Tell me what your punches are that you like that make this great big circle. I think it's 2 inches. I use them a lot, and I would use them even more if I had a punch that worked. Yeah, I'm liking this big, I like this big button. Where I have, I took my, so proud of my laminated instructions that I laminated for my crocodile. Took it downstairs so my husband could help me with that rivet. I'm like, okay, so I laminated the instructions, but they're in French. He's like, what? Why? What? That look on his face, like, yeah, don't ask. I can't see, dear, so it looked good to me at the time. Now my thinking, this is not going to go through. I mean, it may go through, but it's not. Let's punch a hole in it and see. I don't think it's going to hold anything. I guess if it goes through and stays, it'd be okay. Doesn't have to actually perform anything. The metal on the inside edge of the circle would be protected, so maybe that would be a good thing. Really liking this circle. Who knows if that's the center or not. It's good enough though. Awesome. Let's see how far this goes through. What I'm thinking is I'd like to have, oh, that might work. What's it called? Where it flanges out. Oh, you know. It has wings and it comes apart and brad. A brad. It's called a brad. Ooh, look how crooked. It's okay though. Because I might even so let's see, where did we decide? This one? Or this one. What do we want? That's a really cool button. I could move it over, cut that off about right there, or so. Matches great. This looks wonderful. Not sure how I would incorporate that yet. It's not calling to me. Let's just try a temporary. Everything's a little temporary. I want it tight. See, it needs to be lifted. That's the issue. It needs to be lifted. That might be a really good place to use these, but I hate to do that because they're so beautiful. Where's my 1 hole? My 1 inch. That's how a hole punch is supposed to work. If I put these here, punch a hole in them, I'll put them here, that will lift them up. You following me? It's a bumpy trail, I know. I love this collage. It looks like I gessoed it too. It's really pretty. This will give me some height. Now, the issue is going to be something that has enough distance to create something for the elastic to wrap around. I have brads. But I don't know if they're long enough. Do I want to glue that down? Yes, I do. And then I have these orange. They just happen to be orange-ish brads, and they do have a longer tooth to them, so they will probably work, but I don't know if I'll go through that. So let's just pull one out and see, just for fun. They're sort of orange. I'll just grab a little one. I don't know that it's going to work. There's a lot of distance there to be covered. Yeah, there's no way that's going to go through that paper and hold. So there's got to be another way. I could glue it. I don't trust that it will hold though, if it's glued. Something metal or really strong that will go through that. What about like jewelry making stuff? If this goes through here, does it necessarily have to go completely? Let's just look. So it would be right here. I think I need to get the hole punched. I think I need to commit. In the center of that would be about right there. And I do want it, I know I want it off the edge because I'm going to start with a smaller hole and make it bigger if I have to. It's hard to punch a hole in your project, but I can patch it, no problem, if I need to. And it will actually look pretty cool. So, no big. I really like that orange underneath. See, I don't know if that's enough bite. Might be if I put something there. Now, do I want to cut that off? I might. That might happen. Yeah, I think I will cut that off. And of course it's got to be tighter. So let's take some of the slack out. See what we really have here. I could just leave these two knots in here and do a bead right here. Yeah, I'm liking that. I don't know if I love that color. Okay, I like the idea of this. It needs to be fine-tuned, but I like the idea of it. Do I want it to spin? I don't think so. It's too much wear and tear. So I need something here, probably another circle. That would be a great place for this. Yeah. So let's get those cut and drying. Somebody worked so hard to make these. I hate to cut them up, but they're going to go in a beautiful journal and be celebrated for all the hard work that these ladies did. I don't know if I'm going to need both of them. Oop, oop, oop. What time we at? We're at 45 minutes. I'll probably cut this off and then as my husband would say, retool for, we're really coming to the closure, as it were. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. And I can put a button there if I wanted to, but I want to stay away from the bulk. But I'm not in love with that color. I thought I liked it, but I'm not so much. It's more of a peach, not really an orange. I do have other rivet or brads, but they're not as awesome. So I may find an earring or something. So I think I'm going to call this a video. You guys can see where I'm headed. Comment below. Let me know what you think. What you thinking? Fun. This is fun. Really gets the creative juices flowing. I've got to go take this downstairs and show it to my husband. He is a craftsman of metal, among other things, and so I kind of like getting his opinion. Sometimes he's like, "What are you doing?" I don't know about my closure idea. Remember I'm thinking like that. But see, it doesn't really hold it. So I don't know if that's gonna work, which is why I did it temporary. All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. It would really be weird if I was just in here talking to myself. So comment below so that I know that you're out there. Let's all take care of each other. Have a great day. Bye.